wire work, turning pennies to gold. DFS stacks, let the storyline unfold. Bad beats hit, but the fools don't bend. Prop slips live, ride it out to the end. Trade court open, bring your lopsided plea. We'll bang the gavel on your fantasy fraud spree. We'll ruin Sunday, we'll read the eulogy, then bury that pick in Foolz mythology. Fantasy fools riding high on the line. Cash on the spread and the W's mine. From draft day nerds to Sunday insanity. Fantasy fools, where insanity meets fantasy. Chart the targets, chase that pace. Match up edges all over the place. Bankroll calm even when it looks wild. Fools make order from chaos style. Start or sit, yeah, swipe that call. Flex spot flames or a waterfall. Laugh through losses, double down with class. Fools turn Sunday painting at gas. Fools, fools, fantasy fools. Fools see fools. 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 Crowd style.
Mike,
What's going on?
hey man, I was actually nervous to bring us on screen real quick, and the reason is I was hearing a lot of commotion in the background. What's going on over there, man?
There's nothing going on here, my brother.
There's no earthquakes going on in old Pennsylvania right now.
Nothing going on here.
Oh man, I heard a lot of stuff, and I'm like, man, I want to come on screen, but what if he's doing something crazy? That would be funny.
So we're all good.
Okay, we'll go with that. So what's good, man? How's it been?
Oh man, it's been excellent. It's been a really good week. Week 2 NFL football in general is in the books. On to week 3. Super excited for fantasy. Not so much Dolphins.
Yeah.
But that's for another story.
But you had a relatively good weekend last weekend. You had a pretty big game on schedule.
Yeah.
What was that? South Florida coming down to Miami?
Yep. At the time, South Florida was ranked and projected to be a pretty good game, but projections they were a little off.
I got to be honest. I was happy for you guys. And I was happy for you guys because it's just I think you showed that you deserve to be there. I think there was a lot of questions, and maybe South Florida is not that team. Maybe they're not.
Yeah.
But they took out 2 ranked opponents and 2 teams that we thought were supposed to be pretty decent. Maybe we were wrong there too. But I think it was their game to say we're here, But crazy thing is that you got another tough one.
I said this about South Florida. I'm going to say it again about Florida. I don't think it's going to be tough.
Oh, that's confidence, man. That is swagger. That is you swagger all day. Okay, definitely. I love it. I agree with you. I don't think the Hurricanes are going to get a tough game until like October 4th. Pretty sure that is going to be their tough game. They're not used to playing. That's an away game. Am I correct?
October 4th?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're not used to playing in stadiums like they're going to play in on that day. The way it rocks, bro. It rocks. There's so much. We're South Florida guys, and we're used to Dolphin games, and we're used to going to games where fans really don't show up. So it's really different when you go to a game that's in like a college town. That's why I love college over NFL live.
Yeah, I will say this about Miami this year. Like this last game, they were rocking over there at Hard Rock. They were loud.
It looked full. It
Yeah,
looked full.
it was.
Speaking of the Hard Rock last weekend, I heard something that I thought was incredibly amazing. Tua does bad, right? Makes that bad throw. We're out in 3 plays, and the whole crowd starts booing.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that was incredible. Just finally stepping up. You know what I mean?
I think Dolphin fans as a whole
was a plane, am I not mistaken, that flew over the stadium as well?
Yeah, they actually did a GoFundMe, and I believe it was like $900 to get the plane to fly this banner that said "Fire Greer, Fire McDaniel," and they said anything over the 900 that they got, they were going to give to a charity. And they got well over, and they flew it before the game started. And you're right, the Bluebirds are out. I mean, Dolphin fans as a whole, they're kind of tired of it, and they're ready for another change.
I'm tired of it. I'm ready for change. Bring it. You know, I've been calling for their heads, But so Gators is not going to be a tough game this weekend.
I will go as far as to say that I think the Hurricanes are going to mollywop the Gators.
I think so as well.
I think it's not going to be a very close game, and
No.
I think Miami makes another statement.
Another statement. All right. I'm with that. I'm going with them, and we'll get into some college picks here in a minute before we get into
Yeah, we got some picks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2 coaches fired this week in college football already. You have UCLA fires Deshaun Foster, and then you got Virginia Tech fires Brent Fry. When is it too early to fire? I mean, is it ever too early to fire?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think if your team's not producing, like you promised that you'll have them producing, then it's on the coach. It always falls on the coach.
My thing is this though. When you give up, like and you get rid of the coach, it's kind of like reset button pushed, type of deal. What does that got to do financially for the college? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're paying that salary still, and then going to bring another guy in to take his place. That's
not only that, but if you're not putting a good product on the field, nobody's going to come to the games.
I think football is a little different, especially college. Your fan bases are dedicated because you got to think a lot of them are alumni. They're going to root no matter what. For instance, FSU last year, terrible season, one of the worst seasons they ever had. You still love them.
Love them.
See, football's a little different. Like baseball, with the Marlins, they put a terrible product out there, and fans don't show up.
But ask me how many games I went to last year.
How many?
None. When we're winning, I go. I'm going this weekend.
Yeah.
When we're winning, I'm there. But I'm not going to – because for me, you got to understand, I got to drive 6 hours one way, 6 hours back, spend all the money. You know what I mean? So, look, I want to see an ass kicking on the field if that's what's going to happen. All right. But, can't wait for that. But a little bit of movement in the top 10. All right. Not much. Where we got? I know we got the top 10 in here somewhere. Call it. Oh, no, that's the parlay. Yeah, AP top 10 right here. Sorry about the delay there, guys. Biggest movement on that was 10. Let me get rid of this caption here so we can see the whole thing. Texas A&M moved up 3 spots into the top 10 there. I can kind of agree with what's going on here. I don't think Georgia's really showed me too much. They show me greatness in spurts, nothing consistent.
Yeah.
Texas, I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer in Archie Manning. I think he's got a lot of developing to do. Maybe he can be great one day, but not really.
He hasn't shown too much yet, right?
No, I don't think so. What Illinois coming in at number 9. Now, me and you were talking about this earlier, and we'll get into it with our bets. But Illinois is playing Indiana this week, ranked 19. Indiana's favored by 6.5. How is number 19 favored over 9? What's going on there?
I can't figure it out, but I'm taking the number 19, and I'm going to take the points.
I'm taking number 9 with the points.
I mean, what does Vegas know that we don't know? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Kind of makes you want to stay away from something like that, don't it?
Yeah.
But there are some other good games this weekend. You got Utah, number 16, versus Texas Tech, number 17. Utah's favored by 3.5. I didn't put that on any of my sheets. You know what I mean? I kind of wanted to stay away from that game there. So I didn't put it on. I did a 3-game parlay for Saturday for these top games that we're going through, and I'll go ahead and put them out next. You also have Auburn 22 versus Oklahoma 11. Oklahoma's favored by 6.5. I like Oklahoma in that game.
Yeah.
I think they cover pretty easy on the 6.5. And then we have the Illinois versus Indiana. Again, I'm taking Illinois, ranked number 9, plus 6.5, because obviously there's something I do not know.
Right?
Vegas knows something. So that's a little bit iffy. Honestly, scares the shit out of me, but I'm going to go with it anyways. Then you have unranked. Let me repeat, unranked. Let me just say it one more time for everybody out there. Unranked. And for clarity, we are in Florida. And in Florida, they say we have a big 3. But I got to be honest. I don't think we have a big 3 in Florida. If anything, I think we have a big 2. We got a big 2. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take second place on big 2 because I'm a man. And I'm going to play you for that number 1 spot in a couple weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and take number 2, FSU. Who's the other big number 1?
It's the U, baby.
It's the U. Okay. So unranked, former big 3, Florida Gators. And it just feels good talking shit to you Gators fans. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I get excited. Versus Miami, ranked number 4, by the way. And Miami is only favored by 7.5. I am pretty confident that I would take that. No, it's 7.5. I got it at.
Last I checked, it was 12.
Oh, okay. I could be wrong. Listen, if it's not 7.5, if the first quarter is minus 7.5, take it. That's how confident I am. Take it. There is another game, big spread, just to talk about it. My Noles, we are 44.5 point favorites, and I'm going to tell you right now, stay away from it.
I wouldn't touch that. That's a lot of points.
Do not touch it. So for my Saturday parlay with the big games, I went with a 3 team. I took Oklahoma minus 6.5, like I said. Then I took the Hurricanes. No, what is that? Yeah. Then I took the Hurricanes minus 7.5. See?
Man, how did you get 7.5?
Okay, I'll get to that in a second. You should always odd shop. And then I took the Fighting Illinois. Did that. It's plus 530. I covered up how much my bet was, but we should win good. Listen, there's a lot of books out there. This bet, I put this in. It was with Rebet. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw up. Rebet has a lot of cool features. One of the cool features they have is that if you know somebody else who uses Rebet that does really well, you can actually follow them. It's kind of like a social network, and you'll be able to see all the bets that they're making. So I have a few people that I follow. When they make a bet, I'll make it because I trust them and they win. It's kind of like if you could, when you can follow Pelosi's stock portfolio,
right?
You do it because it's a guaranteed winner, no corruption. All right. And so here's a small little commercial for Rebet real quick.
Amazing prizes, hundreds of top games, instant action. That's Rebet, the ultimate experience.
Like I said, they have a casino. Funny story, and I shouldn't be saying this, but I talked to somebody the other day, and they're like, yeah, hit the QR code on the Rebet. Then they got in trouble with their wife. Oof. Sorry about that, man. But we do have QR codes for Rebet. They're all over the place. You'll see them on the screen. Right here, right now, they're doing a $100 match. There's a QR code. Scan the QR code. They'll match you to your deposit up to $100. Follow a couple good people that you know that are making bets, make some money, and that's where that's at.
That's a really good deal. I mean, they're matching what you're putting in. That's getting free money. Like, take advantage of that.
It's free money, baby. Yeah. All right, so football time, right? Fantasy Foolz. Let's talk about some fantasy stuff.
Let me stop you for just a second.
Oh, yes.
You were right on Miami 7.5. It's the Miami Dolphins that are plus 12.
All right, listen.
Got my Miami's mixed up there.
Oh, you just made me think of something. I hope I don't forget it when we get there. There's one player that is a must-add, I think, for fantasy football that is on the waiver wire right now. I think he's a must-pick-up, but we will get there. And if I forget, don't let me forget later.
Well, let me know so I can pick him up before you do.
Yeah. No, I'll let you know later on tonight after I pick him up. By the way, if you don't know, me and Mike, we're normally cool. I mean, we could chop it up. I mean, we love each other. Shit. This is not the week for us to be cordial. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there that we are playing in fantasy football. All right. This might not be serious stuff to a lot of you, but to us, it means everything, you know, and we'll get into more of that, I guess. But when fantasy football, week 2 is in the books.
Week 2 is in the books.
We had some winners and some losers.
Yeah.
Were you personally affected by either winners or losers? Did you have anybody that balled out for you, or anybody that's just like, what the hell happened?
So balling out, St. Brown balled out for me, but that's kind of to be expected.
Right.
Someone who was kind of a bust that almost hurt me. I mean, I won regardless, was the running back from Washington, Corset Marriott. He got me like less than 2 points.
Right.
And if you're a follower of the show, you know I was big on this guy. I've been saying it for a long time. He's a stud. He's going to get lots of points, and he kind of was a dud for me this week.
That's what I'm saying. At this point, look, don't give up on him. I'm not with Mike on that train yet. I'm not getting off. I'm still on. Sounds like you're still on, but you were disappointed.
But for last week, he was a dud for me for last week.
Well, you got to develop, brother. You got to develop. You know, you got to wait. You can't just pull the trigger. You can't pull that trigger. Some winners, definitely on the wide receiving end this week. Your boy Neighbors.
Love Neighbors.
Man, 37 points, 7 catches, 138 yards with a 48-yard touchdown reception. Like you say, and there's all these names on this. Most of the names on this list are to be expected.
Right.
But the thing is, we're justifying. He was your number one wide receiver. You
Absolutely.
did good.
Yeah.
You know, good pick. Next one, we're not going too further lower. Jamar Chase ended up with 36 points.
It was a good comeback from week 1.
Yeah.
Week 1, he didn't do anything. Week 2, he made up for it for sure.
But even more interesting, where is he going to go now? And that's what we'll get into in a little bit when we get into injuries this week. But very, very, very curious to see what Jamar Chase can do after this week. I just threw him in there. Fantasy points, he wasn't. I mean, he had a lot, but he wasn't up there. But Jared Goff,
yeah, he kind of went off. Yeah,
5 touchdowns.
That's a pretty big deal.
That's a freaking big deal. I just had to throw him in there. And then your boy Odunze. Man, 31 points. I get excited when I see Chicago like blow up or do well offensively or just in general. You know what I mean? They and this is coming from a Dolphin. I'm a Fins fan, and I feel bad for other organizations. I sound crazy right now, right? Because everybody, I'm sure, feels bad for me. Thank you for your pity. That is what it is. So week 1 winners, I think it's not going to be a consistent group, but it's going to be number ones. I mean, there's going
to be highs and lows with everybody from week to week. Yeah, it's fantasy football. Like going into every week, you just never know what you're going to get. You put your best guys, your studs in, and you hope for the best, right?
Yeah. So the busts concern me more, right? Because the more busts, the more we get into doubting. And then I like when I put a lineup out there, I like to be confident in every single player that I'm putting out there, matchup and all that. And then you go from one bad week to another bad week, like you start second guessing, and then you might make a bad decision, you know? So week 2 busts, Josh Allen, 12 points.
12 points. And they put up so many points against the Jets.
What the hell?
They just murdered the Jets. And he didn't have to do much, so he didn't.
Yeah. It says a lot. Anyways, I wouldn't give up on Josh Allen just yet.
No. Oh, and his matchup for this week is Josh Allen to the moon. I can tell
Okay,
you right now.
here it is. I'm just going to break it out now because I know I'm going to forget later. Go pick up Kincaid. Go pick up Kincaid. He's going to ball out tomorrow night. And I'm sure he's in the waiver wire. He's going to ball out tomorrow night. Pick him up. All right, that was it. I got it out because we were there. Yeah.
So are you on both tight ends or just Kincaid? Because Knox is going to be there too.
Kincaid.
Kincaid is the man. Okay.
Kincaid's the one who's going to benefit the most. I think
Okay.
tomorrow. I think tomorrow. You know, and that's all just because of focus. You know, so you have two really strong tight ends. One is going to get more coverage, and then receiving wise is going to tie. I mean, it's set up for Kincaid to get those numbers. I truly believe that, and this is coming from your Dolphin loving. I love the Dolphins. #1 fan, baby. I'm just realistic. All right.
Right.
No, this next one really, really hurt me. Now, I'm not going to say it hurt me overall because I still scored over 200 points in fantasy football. I'm still incredible. Okay. Derrick Henry.
Yeah, what happened there?
You tell me. I have no idea. 3 points. 3 points. It hurt. There's a few other guys. Jainty didn't do that good. He got 7 points, 44 yards on 14 touches. Brian Thomas Jr. People were expecting.
That hurts me. I have him in one of my main leagues and been starting him, both weeks, and he hasn't produced too much.
People were expecting big things, bro. Right now, he's put up under 10 points 2 weeks in a row. He's one of the players where you start second guessing if you're going to start or not, and then the second you second guess, poof, he blows up.
Right.
That's the way it goes. But he needs a little bit of help, I think.
Yeah.
His quarterback could do a little bit better. Cortland Sutton, another one wide receiver, put up 2 points.
So we had a little show yesterday, a waiver wire pickup show.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watched it, you'll remember I talked about Troy Franklin. This dude, Bo Nix really seems to like him.
Yeah.
And he's kind of the reason that I think Sutton didn't put up as much. I think Sutton's going to be fine. But I'm picking up Troy Franklin in as many leagues as I can because I think he's going to be a solid #2.
There you go. Pick it up and develop him. Don't be like Mike. Don't throw him in the first game because you're all excited.
Just sit him down, have a little talk.
Pet him a little while. Say, you won't get in, boy.
Player meeting.
Yes, sir. So those were pretty much the busts that I had. A lot of them disappointing because, number one, and number one.
So the only one really concerning out of that list is Brian Thomas.
Uh-huh.
I think everybody else, you start them.
I agree. I agree. But a trend is a trend.
A trend is a trend. Yeah. And that's why Brian Thomas Jr., I don't know.
Okay. So I want to get into we're 2 weeks in. Everybody's drafted. Everybody knows how they're doing. But I do want to get into top players by position for a little bit. All right. But before I get into that, I do want to get into our game this week a little bit. And I know I'm going to be jumping all over the place. But, bro, I just want to get this out there because I am just going to beat your booty. All right. So this right here so everybody can see. By the way, they named it Matchup of the Week.
Matchup of the Week.
And when it comes to team names, Mike is always Blue Falcons. That is the name of his team. I switch names every year. It's really flavor of the year, flavor of the week, whatever you want to call it. And when I went to go name my team, Florida State had beat Bama. So I just went with it because that's what made me feel good in that moment, and I'm sticking with it. Now, I have a question to those of you out there watching right now. Drop a comment, please, because I do not know. Mike, do you know what this #1 right here means under my name?
I do not.
Okay, I'm going to take a guess. And if you're watching, please let me know if I'm right or wrong. I'm guessing that right there shows that I am the champion from last year.
You did win this league last year. Yes, you did.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's common. You could say I win this league, I win that league. Yeah, it happens. So you got to dethrone the champion, brother. You got to dethrone the champion. And just so we can get into it a little bit more, everybody can see what we have going on here. All right. You can see the lineups we have going on. Mike, and let me tell you, I don't think people are liking us talking about our lineups because we just lost like 200 viewers in like 2 seconds. What the heck? Maybe we should get back to the NFL. I'm gonna be back to the NFL, but I just gotta talk my shit.
Maybe they don't like you talking bad about me. But let me tell you something.
Oh, those are all your fans.
I think is pretty close. I think Merritt's gonna produce again. Tyler Warren's beast. Your boy, my boy, the one I told you about, Igbuka.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But what you're not seeing here, and what's gonna put me over the top, is this is a IDP league.
Yep.
And I thought I would be a little smart this year, and I went ahead and got Travis Hunter and put him in a defensive spot.
Smart, good. Don't think it's going to be enough, but I think I got this. Look, I got the quarterback edge, right?
You got quarterback edge. Yep.
You got wide receiver 1 edge.
Yep.
I think I have wide receiver 2 edge.
I think wide receiver 2 could be equal.
I think I have wide receiver 1 edge. I mean, running back 1 and RB2 edge. I'll give you the edge in tight end, although with all the injuries in Kansas City, I might have the better tight end this game. Deebo Samuel, one of the top fantasy points producers this year thus far.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Killing it. I'll tell you where it came from. It came from like round 10 where I drafted him because that's what smart managers do, baby. That's what we do. And yeah, he's there. And then my kicker from Dallas, bro, we just kick 64-yarders for fun sometimes. You know what I mean? I want 6 points like that. Whatever. Boom. We got that. So, yeah, game over. Let's get back to the NFL, dude, because we're dwindling quick over here. It's not good. So, all right. Quarterback, no. Most of them, no surprise. All right. Top 5 quarterbacks in order. Jackson. I think that's to be expected. Right?
I've said it since the beginning. Jackson's my number 1 quarterback for the year. And he's producing that way.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just a stud, man.
Just a stud.
He really is. Daniel, Crazy Eye, Jones, the man. What's wrong with New York? What's wrong with New York?
You know what's I don't know, man. And you know what's crazy is Daniel Jones isn't even rostered in a lot of leagues.
Pick him up right now.
And he's the number 2 quarterback going right now.
No, this guy, you have a terrible organization. Just can't get it right. And this kid got some skills.
Yeah.
He's showing you right now. So you put him in the pressure of a terrible organization, and then a fan base that just beats the hell out of him for being in a terrible organization. I mean, you get rid of Daniel Jones. You run Saquon Barkley out of town. What are you going to do? Trade neighbors next? Get it together, team. Y'all could be on the way to a Super Bowl right now. Damn.
Yeah.
Sorry, Giants fans. And Willie, if you're watching, I know I hurt you the most. I'm sorry, Willie. All right, but number 3, Josh Allen, and I think he fell to 3 due to his performance in game 2.
Yeah, like I said, he didn't have to do much last week, and against Miami, he might not have to do much again. He's still top 3 quarterback though.
Nice.
Yeah,
Of course.
It's I don't think it's debatable.
Patrick Mahomes, number 4.
Mahomes is Mahomes. He's going to be Mahomey.
He's gonna get us. Yeah, he's gonna get
it. Even, I mean, he's hurting at wide receiver right now. He's still going to be all right.
Yeah. Number 5, give it a guess. It's your boy.
Who's on? So I would say somebody I liked this year so far, and I have him in two leagues, Justin Herbert.
You got it. Justin Herbert.
He's balling, man. I mean, he is, if he stays healthy, I mean, because he does get bit by the injury bug every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I think he balls out this year. I think I can envision Daniel Jones eventually is going to fall out of the top 3. And I think top 3 is going to be Jackson, Herbert, and Allen. Not necessarily in that order, but those are going to be your guys.
Yeah, nah, and I mean, for me, Herbert's a feel good story. How can you not be a fan, right? He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I like him. I root for Herbert, definitely, and especially because in Miami, you could be playing for us right now. But unfortunately, I am not the general manager. All right, Stephen Ross, hire my ass. Every decision that I have called for the Dolphins, we'd be playoff bound right now.
So shout out to Scott, my brother-in-law, your cousin-in-law.
Uh-huh.
On draft day, when I called him, because he's another big-time Dolphin fan just like us, I said, which quarterback you want? He said, give me the big white guy. I said, no way. I said, we're going Tua, baby. Tua to the moon.
Yeah, and we did.
He was right. We were wrong.
Yeah, we went to the moon, but we didn't stop. I don't know where we're at now. Oh, man. Okay, so let's get to running backs. Maybe why Josh Allen didn't have to do much last week because he's got Mr. James Cook.
Yep, the better of the Cook brothers. Absolutely.
I would say second best of the Cook brothers. Shout out, Dalvin.
The best of the Cook brothers. Yeah, he balled out. He really did.
Come see me if you're in Tallahassee this weekend, Dalvin. I'll be there.
And look for him to run wild again tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. He's good for you know what? I need to check that line. And if I check that line, you know where I have to go check that line at? I got to go check it with Better. All right, because that's all of the daily fantasy plays right here. This is what I use. It's Better. QR codes right now, they're giving you up to a $200 bonus on your first deposit, and they're going to give you an extra free $10. So they create your own bets in there. They create their own bets in there as well, specials, where you'll have something crazy like for tomorrow night, Tua has to throw more than a half a yard. Now, I know that sounds a little crazy because he might not throw a half a yard tomorrow, but normally it's a good bet. But they got a lot of stuff there. Use the QR code, get an extra free $200. But yeah, no, definitely use Better.
Bro, so, $200 free money.
We've offered him $300 free tonight.
Free money. All you have to do is sign up, make your first bet. Bam. Yes, so you're playing with house money after that. Bam.
House money. All right, Giovanni is from Dallas. So far, number 2. You expect that?
I did not. And I will tell you, my wife is a little mad at me because of this. Because she asked me, Javonte Williams, yes or no? Because it was in a late round. I said, nah, I don't really think so. And I don't remember who she went with, but it wasn't him. She is not happy.
And you got people on here trying to take your advice?
Yes. So, with a grain of salt.
Grain of salt. Jonathan Taylor, number 3.
Not a surprise to me. I mean, stud.
Yeah,
he's always a stud. The only time he's not a stud is when he's hurt. So
hurt, yeah, bad luck. All right, number 4, Bijan Robinson.
He was pretty much the number 1 RB taken by everybody. He's supposed to be number 1 guy for the year. No surprise there.
Devon Achane, number 5.
I love Achane. I was high on Achane. Basically for PPR, right? He's going to run quite a bit, but he is catching so many out of the backfield, and he could break one loose at any time. Dolphins are terrible. They're a terrible team. They do have studs on offense, though. Achane is probably the biggest one.
No, I'd agree with that. He can do it all, and we really need him right now, you know?
Yeah.
Gosh, the state of the Dolphins. Oh, man. Anyways, so those are your top 5. Javonte Williams, if I'd say any, would probably be the only surprise on that list.
Yeah.
So it's good. If you got good value for him, that pick is paying off. And that's why we're going over these numbers, just so you can see how you really did at the end of the day after 2 weeks.
You know, Cook went pretty late in a lot of drafts, too. I don't think a lot of people were very high on him at the beginning of the year. And I didn't understand why. They were saying because he had so many touchdowns last year that they thought that was going to regress and lower his numbers. But I mean, a stud's a stud, right?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Now, yes, that's a stud for sure. So let's get into wide receivers real quick. All right, this list: Neighbor, St. Brown, Odunze, 1, 2, and 3. All right, so I don't think any surprise top 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I had St. Brown as my number 1 this year.
Yeah.
Actually, going back to running backs, Gibbs is not up there. I'm surprised at that. There are some names that are not up there that I would think I would see up there. But back to wide receivers, Quentin Johnson.
That's somebody I picked up on waiver wires wherever I could, and I think he's going to produce. I mean, they're slinging the ball around with the Chargers, and I like his look for this year. I haven't started him yet, but I think that's coming.
So listen, this is why we started to come to you Tuesdays as well. We were just going to do a Wednesday show, but the waiver wire is so critical to fantasy success that
Critical.
we're going to come in for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever's needed to really go over waiver wire must-dos for Tuesday, so you can get them in before Wednesdays, period. So tune in Tuesdays. I think as of right now, we're looking like an 8:30 slot.
8:30.
So we are covering those just to give you what you need.
Waiver wire is critical, man. You could have a bad draft and fix it through the waiver throughout the year.
Right.
With injuries, picking up the studs that nobody's looking at because nobody expected it. I mean, there's that every year. Every year, you just got to watch that waiver wire, watch the trends, and you can fix a bad team.
You can. I mean, anything bad can be fixed, right?
Yeah.
Except for the Dolphins with the current regime. Anyways, let me get off. I'm so sorry. All right, love the Dolphins. All right, so Puka. Yeah, he's 5th on the list. I don't think anybody's surprised there.
No.
I did go a little bit further with this list because I was a little bit surprised. 6, 7, and 8. Right. So Zay Flowers, number 6. All right, like that. A lot of weapons in that offense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's good to see him up there. Number 7, I like him because it's your boy. He gets you excited. Emeka Egbuka.
Egbuka.
Yeah.
Question. Better name to say, Egbuka or Odunze?
I like Odunze because it kind of sounds Mexican too. You know what I mean? So I really like it. And I had to put number 8 in there because I drafted him late. Deebo Samuel. All right.
Deebo.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get into injuries. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run through some injuries, and let's see maybe who they affect. Right? Or some fantasy numbers going to be impacted this week. Well, first injury, Josh Allen in his nose. He's good to go.
He's fine.
Until he gets the chop. Robinson, baby. Don't get that chop, baby. All right. So his nose is okay for now until he gets the chop. Chop, I hope you're playing, by the way.
He's going to get that chop chub connection.
Ooh, you know what the chop chub is? I won't even show you, baby. Woo. We might get banned. All right. Actually, I can show you the chubby chop. So, all right. Justin Fields, concussion. Not going to play.
Not going to play.
So Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod, I mean, he's been around forever.
Yeah. He might have to run a little bit too. I think he still run. He still got it.
Can he? He's getting old.
Yeah. Where I think you're gonna have where you could be affected, I think is really it's Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson in this game.
Garrett Wilson especially, yeah.
Here's the thing though, Tyrod's a vet.
He is.
You know what I mean? He's a crafty vet. He knows how to get the ball around. So you might see some impact, but you might not. You know what I mean? You might not.
I have a few shares of Garrett Wilson. I don't think I'm going to take him out because I'm a firm believer in you keep your top guys in no matter what.
And I mean, they could be playing from behind. unfortunate thing is you three plays and out is not going to help your situation.
We got some comments here.
What we got going? I don't even have them up. I'm slipping over here.
Mm-hmm.
So what we got? Got Kyler, Bucky, James Connor, CD, Tyreek, Laporta, Chuba, and Debo and Ricky on the bench. Would you trade Kyler, Chuba, and Ricky, Debo for Josh Allen, or is that too much?
Kyler, Chuba.
John, Mike's probably got the better answer for you on this one. He is. I defer to him as the expert, but I'm going to go ahead and say that is too much. I think that you have a lot of points there.
That's a lot of points. How do you have that many points on your bench? That could be a starting lineup.
Right.
Josh Allen is a big jump over Kyler.
Mm-hmm.
But to give up Debo, Chuba, Ricky.
Chuba's going to be getting points. Debo's already proven that he's going to be solid.
Debo's balling out right now.
Oh, Ricky
or Debo, not both. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I might do that trade. If they're on your bench and you're not using them in your starting lineup, and I might do that.
Debo should definitely be in your starting lineup, though.
I think Debo you hold on to for sure, and trade the others.
Yeah, I'm with it. Josh Allen's going to have a stellar year. He's going to score consistently 15 more points than Kyler every game. And if these other guys are your bench people, go make the move. Just keep Debo. Probably put him in your starting lineup.
You're saying Ricky. I'm guessing you're talking Ricky Parcell there. Wide receiver for the Niners, and I like Debo over Ricky right now, even though I'm a big fan of Ricky, and I have several shares of him in my leagues. But yeah, I'd pull the trigger on that. Yeah,
absolutely.
And as long as you keep Debo.
Yeah, he's gonna, and especially if you're in a league where you're getting points for returns, he's averaging 75 right now, I think, a game on returns. So he's getting 7-8 points before you even start. Back to injuries. Joe Mixon is nothing new, but the reason I want to bring up Joe Mixon is because Nick Chubb finally started to get some good reps in last week.
Nick Chubb looked like Nick Chubb again, right?
Yes. You want to see that. He ended up with 12 carries, 43 yards, nothing too impressive, but he did get a touchdown and 29 yards. So I think that if he's on the bench, if you're not starting him, it might be a good time to get him out there.
Yeah.
So Brock Bowers is not really listed on any reports, I don't think, right now. But he did get injured in week 1, and I think it's safe to say he kind of showed that injury in week 2.
Yeah.
Kind of slowed him down a little bit. So if you're a Brock Bowers owner, I mean, look, you got to start him, right? But
you have to start him. Yeah. I am in 1 or 2 leagues, and there's no way I'm taking him out.
Yeah, got to start him, but just be mindful. You might not get the performance you're looking for this week.
I do have Max Mayer on my bench just in case.
And John Mayer in your CD player.
And John Mayer in the CD. On my Discman.
Oh, the Discman. The old Walkman. The Walkman with the tapes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Damn. You're old, bro.
You're old, son.
Yeah. So an injury we talked about last night, but I kind of wanted to touch on something else. You talked about Jaden Reed last night.
Yeah.
You talked about Jaden Reed, and who did you say that's going to benefit the most?
So Romeo Dobbs he's going to be the best benefactor there. Golden's not really producing right now. The rookie, I was high on him, but he hasn't really shown anything so far. Romeo Dobbs looks to be the number 1 receiver there. And I love Jordan Love. I love Love.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have put Romeo Dobbs in one of my. It's actually my guillotine league.
Okay.
I threw him up in there in my flex spot because I think he's going to produce some pretty decent points here.
All right, I got a spinoff of that, and I don't know how many points there are to go around with the total offense. But Tucker Kraft. And the reason for, I mean, look, I mean, just last week's game alone, 6 for 124 and a touchdown.
Insane numbers for a tight end.
Yeah, I think he's going to build on that. So lots of good things.
If he builds on that, you're looking at tight end 1 for the year. And if you drafted him, which I did not, good on you.
Absolutely. Good.
Yeah.
Then you got the Minnesota kind of, I don't know, debacle. I don't know what you call it, but you got Aaron Jones and J.J. McCarthy out. So
that hurts. Aaron Jones and J.J.
Yeah, but it hurts, right? But let's look at this. You got Carson Wentz, who everybody has a soft spot for Carson Wentz. Everybody wants to see him do good. And you know what? I do believe with the excitement, the adrenaline, I think he can come out and throw that ball. I think he's going to do good. He's
in that system where he's going to do well. He's going to be a fine backup. So if you had JJ and you don't have a backup on your bench right now, I mean, it wouldn't be a terrible pickup.
Okay, but you expect somebody else to flourish a little bit better in the offense other than Carson.
Jordan Mason.
Yes.
Yes. I've always liked Jordan Mason. He's a good back.
The way I look at it, if your offense is sputtering, like Minnesota's offense was sputtering, really, bring in these guys. You know what I mean? You got two solid players, a veteran quarterback that he's more than capable of bringing that spark to that offense. And I think it's Minnesota's system. I think I could probably produce in that offense a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. All right, so the final injury that we're going to talk about this week really is it's going to be part of our fantasy funeral segment. For those of you that don't know what fantasy funeral is, it's when we retire a player to the waiver wire. So he goes to waiver wire hell, purgatory, or whatever it is you call it. And our player this week is going to be Joe Burrow and his injury.
Joe Burrow
got the turf toe. Is that like gangrene or something?
Yeah, it's close.
It's close. All right. Yeah. So you know what? Before we get into it and how it can affect things, let's go ahead and watch the fantasy funeral. Bow your head, Mike. I got to stop it there for a second. I got to stop it because I need to make sure everybody sees this. All right. So last week we retired Tua to waiver wire hell. And so now Joe Burrow is there, and he is next to a few people. But we got Can't Get Right. That's for Tua. And then Joe Burrow hurt more than Can't Get Right. Is that accurate?
I don't understand. Maybe it's just because we're Dolphin fans and we hear it more. But the constant thing about Tua, now mind you, he's regressed this year, and I'm not talking about this year alone. But the general consensus about Tua is he's just hurt all the time, hurt every year. Can't stay on the field.
Right.
I don't really ever hear that about Joe Burrow. Why is that?
I don't know. I think because he's like, if it makes sense, like kind of like America's sweetheart type of character. You know what I mean? Like everybody roots for him. So then the final clip of this video was for my God. Mike, that was you, dude.
That was me.
Damn. So who do we have? Jake Browning?
Yeah, Jake Browning, who came in and actually produced pretty well. I mean, he did okay. But you'll find, you've watched football as much as I have, a lot of times a backup quarterback will come in that game and produce, right?
Yep.
And do well. But then in the next week when they come in, they look like a deer in the headlights, right? Yes. And it's because they're coming in not thinking during game time, only thinking, all right, let's do this. But when they have all that time to process everything, it kind of just, I think it gets to them.
Another thing that I think too is when you throw in a number two like that, you don't open the playbook. You know what I mean? You keep it simple, stupid. And I think going into after a week preparation, you're a professional they open up that playbook. They don't open it all the way up, but they open that playbook, and that's when the confusion sets in. That's when there's 70,000 people here, and oh man, that's when I completely agree with you. You're absolutely right. So Fantasy Fools, that is it for us in week 2. All right. We're out. We'll be back next Tuesday for a quick 10-15 minute segment, just about waiver wire specific. We'll get into that. You saw the bet we have going on for this week. Check those QR codes. That's how we make a little bit of money to make these cool videos for fantasy funerals. But as for me, I appreciate everybody who tuned in today. We love doing this, and we can't wait to grow with you guys. What you got for them?
Next week, we'll find out who the victor is. The Blue Falcons.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's be honest. It'll be the Blue Falcons.
Yeah, I'll just let my team do the talking.
All right, fool. Till the next time.
Fantasy Fools riding high on the line. Cash on the spread and the W's mine. From draft day nerds to Sunday insanity. Fantasy Fools. Insanity meets fantasy. Waiver wire work, turning pennies to gold. DFS stacks, let the storyline unfold. Bad beats hit, but the fools don't bend. Prop slips live, ride it out to the end. Trade court open, bring your lopsided plea. We'll bang the gavel on your fantasy fraud spree.
I don't think you can hear that when you do that.